My name is Anna and this is my husband Leif Erik. He came up with this idea to build a simple catamaran, put it in a container and send it from ice-cold Norway to Tahiti in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This way we could start sailing in paradise. I said, what a crazy idea. Let's do it. This is the adventure of building and sailing BareBare. And the story starts when finally coming back after 3 years of the pandemic. Daniel had taken me to Fare, but all of a sudden he had disappeared due to an important meeting. And I was stuck 20 kilometers, but more important, a dinghy ride away from Avea Bay and BareBare. And in my hands I had 2 huge grocery bags. But never mind, I wasn't exhausted. I was as usual in a good mood, ready for new adventures, and on the top of it, I was enjoying raw tuna in coconut milk in a local cafe, just a few feet away from colorful fish swimming in the lagoon. All of a sudden, I caught sight of the pirogue Uro with Manea and Gahina on board. I had met them a few days earlier on Taiki and Thea's houseboat. Taiki had built the pirogue some years ago, but it had not been used for a while due to some leaks. It was now fixed and back in the water. Manea spoke well English and I explained my situation to him. He immediately offered to take me the 8 nautical miles along the lagoon in the pirogue Uro. There were plenty of room for all 3 of us, and Hima preferred to sit on the actual outrigger, which was covered with long bamboo sticks. Blue jug emerged from the bottom of the pirogue and I quickly set off to get petrol for the outboard. And I decided to get some local rum and a couple of buckets as well. So we were ready to set off. Tell me if I should do something.
Du måste ju vara lite kvar då för det finns.
No? I'm not in the way for her? Wow. Good climber. Good balance. Manea drove the pirogue close to the green and beautiful land while telling me stories about the island of Huahine.
Now look, the tree
Yes,
on your left.
yes.
There's a little pink white color in the bush.
Okay, rather far up.
A white color.
Uh-huh,
You see?
yes.
That's our comment on dit, bathroom.
Ah.
Voilà. It's where we are.
So then you go by the boat
There, down, and we walk.
to the hotel, to the closed hotel, to the beach at the closed hotel.
Yes, and we walk all the way.
Wow,
back to
so nice.
Our place, because this is our land.
All of a sudden, he had been left with land he never knew about, and the couple had chosen to live a simple life and cultivate the land and grow fruit and vegetables. They had also started smoking fish on glass jars and in olive oils. It all was delicious for tourists and locals to buy. They had made themselves a small but nice little business this way.
We'll slowly now because we will slowly.
Slowly to, oh, now it's such clear water.
Yes.
It's such a nice day.
Allez, we go. Hey, pardon.
Be careful. Gahina was born in the flat coral island of Tuamotu, barren and not as green as Huahine. I would always see Nahima barefoot, and whenever possible, she would be fishing and like always keeping her hands busy. We had a lovely journey along the lagoon, and all blue towards the sea and all green towards land. I would happily take this trip every day. Finally, on board BareBare, I heard a severe stabbing sound, which luckily turned out to be Nahima opening a sprouting coconut. A leaf close to a meter long was growing out of the nut. The inside had an almost mushroom-like consistency. It was fermented and had a slightly sour, fruity taste. A bit unusual, but rather good.
Wow. So this is the coconut for eating then?
Yes.
Wow. What a beautiful way of opening. What's the other thing here is? This green one is the nut. Here is the coconut.
Yeah, this is the So, it and this is good too.
Mm. It's fantastic. Coconut is fantastic.
You eat.
So this is when the milk has become
This.
Like
no,
this.
not this. This milk.
this is the milk,
Yeah.
and this is I never had that. Tastes like fruit.
Yeah. It.
Good, let's have a toast on that.
When he coming?
Sunday,
Some dimanche.
Dimanche.
Non, on peut venir aider. Non, on va voir quand il va arriver.
Yeah, Nana, see you.
Nahima had caught a couple of fish and left them for me to cook for dinner. They took off and headed home in the pirogue Uro, and I waved fair winds like all sailors do. We had long but fun days together. Oddvar and Jan stayed at Aslak and Ita's place, while Leif Erik and I bicycled through the woods every evening and slept on our boat. Aslak and Ita's place was fantastic. Aslak being a true artist who had made sculpture, furniture and a lovely bar. And Ita was an artist in the kitchen and kept bringing us the most delicious dishes. Thank you, Ita. We worked long days from 8 in the morning until 8 at night. But not everyone was able to stay around for the whole month, but Leif Erik and I did. And it was really hard work, especially for me not being used to hours and hours of physical work. I remember sleeping like a baby every night. That 1 month, I was totally exhausted. We started doing the interior after turning the lower hulls. So upper bulkheads, or walls in non-sailor terms, were mounted, and bunks, which are beds, bench seatings, which are chairs, ladders, which are chairs, and head, which is not a head, but it's what sailors call a toilet, were mounted. This was very smart and very easy way to build, especially doing the interior before gluing the plywood to the sides of the boat. Our interior design was simple. Each hull were to get a small cabin in the front with a small table and chair, then a bigger cabin with a table and a chair, or some sort of hangout lounge. And they also had a head toilet workshop in the back. So we decided to go for 2 toilets. Toilets easily break, and with 4 or 5 people on board, we could have one for each couple, or one for ladies and one for men. And one would also work as a workshop, while the other would contain snorkeling and fishing equipment. Each cabin had its own hatch. The big cabins had 2 hatches, one small to be used when sailing, and one bigger to take off in the tropics when really hot. And we ended up never taking the big hatch off because it rained close to every day in French Polynesian, and sometimes several times a day. We were mixing epoxy all day, liters and liters and liters, constantly. And we had new pieces that needed to be coated. And when mixing the epoxy with filler, we would glue the pieces together. In all the corners, we glued epoxy cloth, and later we covered the whole hulls with epoxy cloth as well. So slowly, or rather quickly, but it grew up and looked more and more like a boat, almost hour by hour. We started early at 8 o'clock every morning, but on Sundays, we didn't start any noisy machines until after church time, a well-known tradition in Norway. And since they would serve coffee and cake in every church in Norway after Sunday service, we did the same. Or Itta made it all and served it. And we would sing together.
Det en fin dag for betaling av skatt. Det en fin, fin dag, jeg har ikke sovet i natt. Han mistet jobben.
The instruction book explained everything. And James and Hanneke had done a very good job, and we just followed it page by page. James Warren died in 2021, but our thanks goes to the both of you. James and Hanneke, thank you very, very much. One day we got a call from the local newspaper, and a young reporter came on his bicycle, and we became the talk of the town. We had visitors come and help out, and visitors come with cake and for talk. It was truly a summer full of work and joy and fun, and sometimes hell. Thank you for watching my stories. If you like what you have seen, I can make more videos. But to be able to do that, I need a little help. To keep the videos coming, you can support me by subscribing, by hitting the like button and the notification bell. It takes a lot of work and effort to make these videos, and if you want to help me a little extra, please check out my Patron. Thanks to all my supporters.